Good morning. Welcome back to today's webinar. If you haven't already, please go back and watch the webinars on how to use Google Classroom, as well as how to use Google Gmail, Calendar, and some other little apps that we'll be using in the Google Suite. Today's webinar is going to focus on Moby Max. Moby Max is a great application for filling any gaps in learning, as well as extending learning that needs to happen, as well as reinforcing concepts and skills that we're working on. So I'm going to be showing you the student side of the platform because that's going to be the most beneficial for you. So I've created a test account to be able to show you that. So we have the opening screen. They'll see this every time. And then we have all these little applications that they can see. Now, these are going to be student specific. So depending on what your student needs to be working on, this is what they'll see. Primarily, we will focus in those math ones, but for some students, they will have access to the vocabulary one, as well as a possible foundational reading. And these reading, literature, and informational skills will be for our students that are just almost there, but maybe need a little bit more oomph in their reading to be on grade level. So just know that these buttons may change as for what your student needs, as well as they may come and go throughout the year. So I'm going to show you what the math screen looks like. Now we're going to have to go through real quick and take a placement test. So this is the first thing. If your student's brand new to Moby Max, the very first thing that they're going to take is a placement test. It starts like this. And it kind of talks to them, which is really cool. But the placement tests are really great because it really shows us where their gaps in learning may be. So after getting so many wrong, it will kick you out of the system. So just keeping that in mind, we're just going to select some, and it's going to boot me out here in a minute. But notice it went from hard. Now this is a relatively simpler problem. And what they're doing is trying to guess where my level is. And I'm just kind of clicking through these pretty fast. So I'm not expecting to get these right. I'm going to try to get this one right. I was right the first time. This is what happens when you're trying to do these fast. So it will tell you, see, it gives me the red X. We're going to try to click through these pretty fast. And all it's doing is trying to figure out where my level is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I forgot one. Some are multiple choice like you're seeing, some are multiple selects. Some are really easy, some are going to be a little bit harder. Again, it's trying to gauge where your student is at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you will see when you're all done taking the placement test is this "You're Done" screen, and it automatically will pop them into where they are at in math. You'll see this 20 minutes remaining. Moby Max has shown that 20 minutes each day on this program will increase their understanding of math concepts. It will show them what they're learning today. So when I took the placement test, I didn't do so well on here. When we come out of here, though, if you hit the home screen, it'll take you back to the beginning into this screen. One of the cool things about this screen is they can actually see, like if we assign specific things as teachers to them, they can see that. Any of their fun little things that they can do, so certificates, badges, all of that. They earn game minutes in the program, so for so many lessons that you do, you earn game time, as well as they can see their progress. And this is a big thing. because this is where they can see what they are working on as well as how many grade levels they've grown. So as they're working, you can see that. If you hit the drop down menu, you'll see more things that they can be working on. And this is really good to be able to see what they need to do as well as how far they've come. If you hit the complete dashboard, you'll see what their grade level is. So this scored me at a 3.7. It's saying that I mastered my kindergarten skills. I got some first grade skills and some second grade skills to fill, not that much. Did a little bit worse in third grade, and I've got a lot of fourth grade skills. I just kind of clicked through really quick. But this will show you here. Now, once I take the math fact fluency, it'll show me where I'm at on my math facts with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Same thing with numbers. It'll show you where they're at with numbers. And then if when they take the reading assessment, it'll also show them that. So some really cool applications in here to be using during that downtime in between classes or in the afternoons or evenings. Again, this is always to support the learning of your student as they're going. Us as teachers will be assigning things to them in Moby Max. The very first thing they'll take is the placement test for us so we can get an idea of where they're at level-wise. A lot of times we'll use Moby Max reading level as well as the AR test that they'll take, the STAR reading test that they'll take at the beginning of the school year. All of those, we'll use those to be able to get their accurate reading level, to be able to make sure that they're reading within that range that's going to be best for them. So that concludes our lesson, our webinar on Moby Max. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself. I'm Ms. Dayhoff, as well as Mr. Charlin and Ms. Trejo, depending on who your homeroom teacher is, or if you have any questions, please let us know. We will be more than happy to help out and to make sure that you're getting the support you need from home. Thank you very much.